crates. They kept clicking. Then we now got to the same Ofio Mengi, which was bigger. You open your face, you see that high ship where it been there, and our boat became like ants. They became scared. But the boatman said, no, where would they go? We went round Bonny like that. Came back round, anchored, and got into the island. So I can tell you free of charge, that girl and 7 other persons, 6 plus me, that they had never in their whole life experienced such organic beauty, information. And these are persons that primarily schooled in the UK. Now, why am I saying this? As a DG of the River State Tourism Development Agency, it's been 4 years I've been here. And I can say this as a Port Harcourt boy, you can't do anything. It's been a challenge trying to sell the state when you have a problem of PDP and APC. Consistently dragging the state down, where when they do the algorithm on the search on Port Harcourt and River State, the search engine shows that the vile and angry conversations shows that River State is not a safe place. So no matter what Bonny does, you're covered under River State. And that is a conversation that they will see. Nobody gets to see Bonny. So what I would say then is, then Bonny has to be deliberate. Bonny has to speak from the point of view of, I heard the MC talk with pride about 1953. I know about the Bible. I know about Ajayi Crowder. I know about the Obunigwe. I know about the church. Who knows about it? Less than 0.00% of people in the world know about the beauty of what Bonny is. Therefore, we must, as a people, especially now we're talking Bonny, deal with domestic tourism understanding. The Baneware House people go speak well of the Hart House. Hart House go speak well of Wilcox. Wilcox go speak well of Pepple. See, amongst yourself, Olaratimi says is a convoluting concourse of juxtaposed, variegated happenings. Once these happenings occur in such a way that the handlers of your information push it out deliberately worldwide, then all other information, when bros them go talk about, they become like icing on the cake. Because the key thing is that the way of life of a people attracts people more first. If your hospitality is up there, when they come and see Otobo, when they come and see Abara, when they come and see Owasara, when they come and see the Oporo. Now imagine if there is an institution going on where young people, don't forget about the 17 SDG goals and gender equality for 7. Now, try, sir, you have to do this. Let them don't always push the women performances within the old things as if women know the part of. Where the world is today, I know that we have to deal with myths and legends. But you understand me? They are an integral part of the conversation, that the strength of the woman being pushed is also an attraction within our cultural balance. So imagine with what these young people did. Imagine if the world knows that they can come to Bonny and learn a dance called Owasara. Agbara. With all the colors and clatter. So what I would say is the Chambers is doing very well. What I would say is that let us look into ourselves. And like the chairman, deputy chairman said, if the people don't buy in and speak well of what they have, it becomes very uneasy for the next person to come into the island when themselves know waiting, you just speak here. Making nobody like that, they talk too much. But understand that the passion for what we are doing with Seki is just a drop of water in an ocean compared to where Bonny is. But we have put Seki out there because what we have done with Seki is if we are dancing, if it's not Okrika, it's Kalabari. If we are singing, if it is not a Bonny, it's Ikwere. If we are having costumes, if it's not Ogoni, it is one other. So everybody who watches Seki will say, Ogoni people, or na Kalabari, because that's what we've done. But Bonny epitomizes. It's a quintessential island that has all of the things that we look for in River State. The way we can help the chamber is to have a positive energy, very low-hanging fruit conversations that we make the island entrepreneurs, the creative people understand that even the small thing we then do here, we then will give them money to come. Now, asset, we go monetize their growth because the creative space has become a toolkit for sustainability. And once the king himself go open doors, they talk about that Bible, then take and make story, do sketches. There's so many things. And that is why we are readily available to support the chambers and to see how best we can do things that will make Bonny not just a political conversation, but a place where everybody wants to go to and see the best of the island.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ibo. I think you've really hit the roadmap from the point of view of tourism. We are really impressed. I'm sure that the king, the chamber, the stakeholders, corporates, the chiefs, and the people are hearing that opportunities abound. There's a saying that, yes, a house is big, but the house is made up of individual units. And if the individual unit is slow in movement, nothing stops the unit selling themselves and going ahead. After all, whatever we do, the taxes and the economic situation of one side, one small component, will rub off on the bigger state or country. And so it's something that we should go. In fact, hearing you reminds me of the island, Trinidad. Trinidad has a lot of gas, but I'm sure all of you know tourism. Their Calypso is tourism, is there. And then their Carnival. People travel all over the world. And when I went to the port of their capital, I walk around, I look. Now this one, we are done years before I was born. Nothing, no. In fact, when I was in Bahamas, Nassau, their capital, I now trekked. I decided, say, let me use hand trek end to end. I trek finish. I say, it's the same island we have here. But they've branded themselves. So the big hotels have gone. The beaches, they've made it so beautiful, and you go there and story. The last time Nigerian Chamber of Commerce came to visit Bonny and went to the St. Stephen's Church, after the Venerable gave the story, put us through, including showing us the same boats that Bishop Ajayi Crowther used to evangelize around in 1879. In fact, the Northerners, Yorubas, said, can't Bonny, this as a church, be one of the United Nations heritage sites? Because everything that they see in other places, plus more, are in that church. The relics. And then when you go, you are talking about all the things you've mentioned from the Civil War, and then, of course, the historical. Now I saw a picture of the consulate and all that. So there is a lot on culture. And please, you branded, I see Seki on CNN. We want to see the tourism side of Bonny on more than CNN, if there's something more than CNN. So please be part and parcel. Now we've heard from the tourism area. There is Nigerian investment promotion. Nigerian investment promotion. Investment is not all about the gas on oil and gas, thank God, which is there, or other forms of things. Even this tourism too, there are businesses around it. And then exports, NAPC. People will come and see these beautiful things that we've seen, plus much more. This is just a tip. They can also be exported to the extent of going around the world on tour. So I think let's hear from NAPC and NIPC for ease of position. I will start from here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. His Majesty, my elders, and my fathers in the house, I want to really appreciate Bonny Chambers of Commerce for inviting me for this program. I bring greetings from my chief executive, Mrs. Noyen Ayene. In fact, she's supposed to have been here, but she said, I am a representative here. I should go and represent her. My name is Ganio Ahmed Bolagade, Regional Coordinator for the NAPC South-South Regional Office. Good afternoon, everybody, once more. And Nigerian Export Promotion Council. Yes, the MC was, when he was given the historical background of Bonny, in fact, my spirit lifted because he said they have this opportunity for seafood, palm oil, rice, cocoa plantation, and other agricultural products not mentioned. I want to tell you that this is my area of specialization, and that is where I come in. Maybe next time the chambers want to do any program again, the theme of this program for today is igniting investment opportunities amidst energy, culture, and exploration. I want to say that for the next program, for this gathering, it should be igniting non-oil export products, stroke services potentials amidst opportunities in Bonny Kingdom for exportation. Nigerian Export Promotion Council is a responsible promotion and development of non-oil exports in Nigeria. And what we are doing is to diversify. What about if there is no oil? What about if there is no other things? What am I going to do? Let's ask ourselves, me and you, if there's no oil again that I can do, what else? Then somebody starts, maybe hypertension sets in. God will not allow it. So that is why Nigerian Export Promotion Council is trying to diversify our non-oil export products to meet the international market. And with this, though I have a paper, I thought I'll have the chance to present papers, but this is not the time to present papers. But I want to let this occasion, this gathering, to understand that we have opportunities outside there. Nigeria Export Promotion Council has been given a mandate and is ready to push all these products that you have mentioned to the international market if you are ready. Fortunately enough, Nigeria Export Promotion Council, for this state, Rivers State, we have chosen palm oil and cassava and its derivatives, so to promote in this Rivers State, as well as Bonny Island. So I'm urging every one of us to please key in into this federal government program so that the state can move forward, and Bonny in particular. Because we need to move ahead. We are fighting because of oil, this and that. If the price of oil rises today, we start panicking. It affects other areas of the economy. I want to say that Nigeria Export Promotion Council, it needs a drive to see that export move forward, that is non-oil exports. I want to say today that as at 2022, our export for the first time has risen up to 4-point-something billion from 214 products. That's what we got so far, and that's the highest so far since inception. So with all these products, sir, that we have mentioned, palm oil, cassava, even rice, that was said to be the largest producer in Bonny, in the whole of West Africa or Africa, we can start something there. And I believe we can do it with the caliber of people I'm seeing here. So I'm saying that the ball is in everybody's court. With the presence of Nigerian Export Promotion Council, we can help you to get to where you want to get to. We remember some exporters, we have taken them to international trade fairs, missions abroad. If the president needs some product to be showcased, we have good exporters that we have their products that have been showcased in international market. And also to ease the problem of rejects of our products, we have put in place, we have the domestic export warehouse. It's in Port Harcourt here, it's in One. The name of the domestic export warehouse is Elohim. It's there in Port Harcourt. And this is to ease the problem of our MSMEs so that their products can be easy, because this domestic export warehouse is like one-stop shop for MSMEs that wants to export their product, because all the agencies that are responsible for checking their product, giving them certification, all of them are in this particular warehouse. So you can take advantage of this. Also, where you can sell your product to, we have it. We have gone to the extent that we have what we call export trade houses. There's one in Cairo, one in Kenya, one in Côte d'Ivoire, one in South Africa, one in Saudi Arabia, and the rest. So we have about 7 of them. So as if an exporter is looking for where to export, that is the MSME, so to say. If they are looking for where to export their product to, we can now say, okay, if you want to export your product, which type of product you want to export, which export trade house is handling this, we can now direct you there. And they will tell you what and what you need to know. Concerning the AFCFTA, Nigeria Export Promotion Council has done a lot in respect of this. They have given competency capacity program for our MSMEs so that they can key it into this African trade zone. In the sense that we train them, and we have trained almost about 200 and something exporters so far, so that they can benefit from this AFCFTA. Also, we have also made arrangement for some exporters that need for certification. If you need to certify your product, we check your product. If it needs to be upgraded, we help you grade you by selection. We send you your product to the headquarters, they look at it and ask you to come for training after selection at the headquarters. Our own is bring your product, ask for your whatever assistance you need, we send it there to headquarters, they pick it and train you. So also, after exporting your product, there's need for you to repatriate back your product. There's incentive for that. These incentives are given to those that have repatriated their product. You must have filled your export proceed forms. Because these are the checks that we need to look. Whether do you actually export your product and have you repatriated it? Because your proceed will be sent back through your bank to CBN. And then we will now ask us to send the form for confirmation. When we send the form for confirmation, we now start working on your, what we call export expansion grant. It's a grant that is given to exporters for them to cushion the effects of all these, maybe NEPA took light, you are using generator and others, and also to increase the volume of your exports. And as well, we have gone to the extent of even giving our MSMEs, small food that wants to produce, but they don't have enough capacity. We have what we call the Export Development Fund. There's a criteria that we use for that to help these people. Because when these people produce, they also sell to exporters so that they can add it to their product for them to export outside the country. But mark you, Nigeria Export Promotion Council is very careful that you must add value to your product. You must add value to your product. You cannot compare somebody who is a manufacturer of this biro to somebody that is just selling or exporting only cassava products. They are graded. The percentage given to them is different because they will look at what you have, your input to the production of this, to produce this biro, and your input to production of cassava chips. So everything there's difference there. So you know that the percentage you are going to get is different from that of cassava chips. So Nigerian Export Promotion Council, we are also partners with so many other stakeholders. We are partners with Nigeria Investment Promotion Commission. We have partnered with NAFDAC so as to see that our product is not rejected outside the country. So I'm advising us that we should please look inward for us to diversify. It is very, very important. And God bless every one of us.
Well, we've heard from Nigerian Export Promotion Council that it's, and from the initial talks, as he had said, we've seen that yes, we want to do tourism, which is low-hanging fruit, but we're also now looking at other non-oil. Of course, the oil and the gas is there. Those are given. Now, the non-oil activities that Bonny can be known for. Bonny had been known for, and will sustain it. And I think, thank you. I think from what you've said, I'm sure the Chamber of Commerce is hearing. All other groups within the Bonny, economic groups, and the traditional institutions, they are listening. So when it comes, we will be able to see how they can take it to the next level. One area that hasn't been spoken about, but I think we should add, is commercial fishing. Commercial fishing, Bonny is just bang there. So a lot can be done on commercial fishing and then sending the fish out. So an export, that's an area that we should bound to, besides the agro, the other plantations and all that. Please, commercial fishing it's something that has to be added, and we'll add to get income. And for goodness sake, I keep telling, now I'll say this. We all go to hear Dubai, 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 Dubai. There are 7 Emirates that make the country, and each one is going. Dubai ran its race. So, River State, yes, 23 local governments, but Bonny can run its race. That's the mess. That's all we're saying. Bonny can run its race, just like Dubai is running the race, leading the world. And Abu Dhabi, that which is even the capital, is trying to catch up and all that. So who knows? Maybe as just like we now have Emirates Airline, and then all of them now have their airlines to back the economic thing. So, Bonny, as we begin to do all this, next time we'll do the boat, the maritime. Where's DG? There's the maritime, because it will come in, and then other ways of transportation will also come. By the time all these things that we are talking about take strong footing, it will just, because people will come, and as they are coming, there will be need for such and sea and land transportation. Thank you so much, sir. Now we will hear from NIPC. Investment, because what we are talking about is investment. We've had export, yes. Investment. NIPC. Let's hear you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. His Royal Highness and friends of Bonny Chamber of Commerce, I salute you. I bring in greetings from NIPC. My EA is supposed to be here today, but they were inaugurated early this morning. So she now asked me to come and represent her. Well, NIPC is all about investment and nothing more. We give incentives, like Mr. Moderator can attest. He is equally enjoying one of our products, which is PSI. So NIPC had the mandate of assisting 1995 to encourage, promote, and coordinate all investments in Nigeria, both in and out, FDI, DDI. We have so many things we can do. To the states, we have what we call NICPS, Nigerian Incentive Certification Program for States, where NIPC comes in to train the states who are trainable to know how to handle investors. Because at the end, all investments reside in the states. Every investment that comes to the country ends up going to one state or the other. Few of them reside in Abuja. Now with that, we have what we call PSI, which I mentioned earlier, Pioneer Status Incentive, to the downman tax holiday. We worked it out with FIROS to give incentive to investors, open investors, to make them break even to the market. We give the first 3 years. After the first 3 years, if you're able to do CSR, corporate social responsibility, to the host community where you reside in, we add 2 more years. You can imagine why you don't pay tax for 5 years as an investor. You know what it takes. So NIPs now give you a certificate with FIROS to hang that no person comes in to disturb you about paying taxes again. Then we have OSIC, One-Stop Investment Center in Abuja, our head office, where we have 27 federal government agencies. Why do we have this? Have it for able to help investors to have free access, seamless registration. Because if you go to CAC, forgive me, I'm mentioning names now, you see all these towns going after investors. They even take money from them. But with NIPC, we now bring in all these agencies under one roof to make sure that investments are done seamlessly. We have a visa on arrival, which we help foreigners coming in, that maybe Nigerian investors or foreigners coming in, I help them at the embassy, at the airports, to give them visa on arrival and bring them in. Then, again, we have EOSIC, where you can register your business online, EPSI, you can register all these things online, do your payments online. Then our OSIC Lab, finally. Our OSIC Lab, because we never allow investors to go to courts. It's not easy, it doesn't pay well for Nigerians. So what we do in our OC club, we're not bringing, if it's government, investor, whatever, we're not invite them to NIPC. Then try to dialogue and talk to them. What the problem is, you have to advise them, try to use government powers which we have, sort it out with them. Again, under our policy, NIPC policy, we gather all reports, like what I'm going to hear when I get home today. I'm going to do a report about what happened here today. We gathered all the reports, both investment, intelligence, announcements, everything. I moved to FEC. NIP is allowed to sit with the presidency anytime they have a FEC meeting. We address this issue one by one. I know how to handle them with the government to be easy. Because what if we don't have any investment in the country, things doesn't work out well. My friend mentioned about a peace in River State, which is very, very essential. If the Royal Majesty and the elders of the state can push into this and maybe there can be a headway out. Because in the next few years, what's happening in the southeast now with IPOB, if it gets in here with all people have before, it will be disastrous. So I think I'll rest my cap here. Thank you for listening to me.
Well, NIPC, thank you so much. We've also, His Royal Majesty, the chiefs, the corporates, members of the Bonny Chamber of Commerce, and invited guests. You've heard from Nigerian Investment Promotion Council. There are incentives. There are commission, rather. There are incentives, the support. And he, my friend, Mr. Four said, the moderator self don't benefit. Not true. It's true. So they say it's not theory. No, it's not theory. So I'm telling them now. Say it's not theory. It's real. So I also benefited. So basically, it's because we are talking about investment. Yes, this is a house. That's the NIPC. Will be working the chamber, the thing on through. It will be easier, because
There's a question.
Okay,
There's a
fine,
question.
fine. Oh, sorry. Please sit down. Sorry, that's an omission. Maybe let's take some questions before we go down to end this session. Now you've had the local government chairman, you've had the tourism, you have investment, the NIPC, NEPC, NIPC. Please.
Good afternoon, sir. King. I want to appreciate the panelists and the moderator and the audience. My question is, my name is Lucky. We are the operators of the Domestic Export Warehouse on behalf of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council and the federal government. My question is very simple. While the NEPC was talking, he made mention of some incentives that are given to SMEs to help their business activity. So NIPC, what incentives do you have to encourage, to spur our MSEs into their business or to support their business activities? Thank you.
Well, to make things fast, I'll take all the questions. Please note your questions. I'll take all the questions and answer all. Any more questions, please? Any more questions? Not like questions or clarifications. Maybe you are not too clear about what any of them said. None? Okay, so please.
Okay. In NIPC, you have so many incentives for investors. Like I said, on the PSI, Pioneer Status Incentive, which is the tax holiday. NIPC, we don't give loan, but we can push you to Bank of Industry. Because most of the time, when they see NIPC, they feel we have money to share. And again, some investors do run away from us. Our advice investors not to run away from government agencies. We always come to assist. We don't tax, we don't label them. We always save investors. We're the only agency in the government that have big investment to solve their problems. And I advise you to visit our website, www.nipc.gov.ng. You see all these things there. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. Well, I think we can now start since there is no more question. So please don't envy us. My moderator, I will lead my panelists, and please just watch. We'll go downstairs and take the royal picture, please. Thank you.
While they do that, every other photograph will be taken at the photo stand afterwards. This one is a very special one.
No. Yes, we'll do it here. Yes, we'll do it here. Yes. One of you. No, let this one not show. Please come and take this one away. This one spoil the picture.
Can we please applaud this wonderful panelist? Well anchored, beautiful deliberation. Every other photograph we shall take at the photographic stand outside. Your Majesty, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our day is fast spent. But with the kind permission of President of Chamber, a group, notable group, well-respected citizenry of Grand Bonny, have asked to do a goodwill here today. And they have sent somebody who understands tourism. Somebody, while he was local government chairman, understood what Bonny meant to the world and tourism. The Title Citizens Assembly of Grand Bonny had asked Amasenabo Barrister Edward Ebenezer Obaramanila Pepple to do a goodwill because he understands tourism. Please put your hands together for him.
Majesty, the King of Grand Bonny Kingdom, distinguished chiefs of Bonny, the Bonny Chamber of Commerce, I like to join His Majesty to thank and to commend you for the good jobs and efforts you're making to bring back what some people say almost lost glory in the area of tourism. A lot has been said about the potentials of Bonny as far as tourism is concerned. And there's no need to repeat all of those that have been said. But it's important to say a few things that we believe will continue to encourage this growth. And of course, this effort that His Majesty initiated, which is now becoming something that even Bonny may not be able to control, in the sense that the world will invade Bonny by this singular initiative. So, Your Majesty, first, I would also like to thank you for this vision. It comes once in a lifetime. Some children will not see a leader like this. In other communities, in other parts of the world, people have lived to pray for visionary leaders. And we are lucky to have this at our time. And we thank God for it. May God continue to keep you for us. Your Majesty, I would like to, as I commend the Bosima, to say that we need to do a lot in terms of